Horse racing has been steeped in controversy in recent years, but there is a push to make stricter rules for the sport. KOLD Investigates looked into the nation's trainers, the professionals responsible for managing racehorses, and the staff.
They are also the ones who take blame when there is an animal potentially in danger. Here is KOLD News 13's investigative reporter Shaley with Betting on Change.
A spring race. In under 2 minutes, these thoroughbreds run 1 mile. Coming in second place in this race, a horse trained by Carl Brogert, a top trainer who in the last 5 years has at least 22 horse deaths tied to his name. This is the same number of deaths we found tied to another highly decorated Hall of Fame trainer, Todd Pletcher.
And ready for the start.
At racetracks across the country, loading the starting gate has essentially marked the end of life for thousands of horses. We gathered fatality records from across the country and uncovered in the past 5 years, state racing commissions have tallied more than 4,000 racehorse deaths, most the results of broken legs. Many of those horses died during or just after a race, others while training. Stacey Hancock knows what it's like to breed a winner.
It's just this euphoric, unbelievable moment, pinch yourself moment, walk on air moment.
Her horses have won 2 Kentucky Derbies, Gato del Sol in 1982 and Sunday Silence in 1989.
And then it's addictive, so you want to do it again.
In her decades on the front lines of the sport, she says the true addiction is trainers giving their horses unnecessary drugs.
Yes, there's a drug problem in horse racing, definitely.
Drugs can mask pain and injuries, which means horses may end up competing when they should be healing. Hancock says these drugs have likely led to the large number of deaths across the country, including 206 in Arizona since 2017. 38 of those deaths were reported this year, 30 at Turf Paradise, 7 at Rillito, and 1 at Sonoita Fair. 21 of those deaths happened while the horses were racing. Of the 105 trainers involved with equine fatalities in Arizona, 39 lost at least 2 horses. One trainer, Juan Pablo Silva, lost 7. The most in our state. Since 2017, nearly 24 trainers nationwide have lost at least 10 horses. That includes Hall of Fame trainer Bob Baffert, a Nogales native who launched his career at Rillito Park after graduating from the University of Arizona's racetrack industry program.
Bob Baffert does it again! Medina Spirit has won the Kentucky Derby!
Baffert trained Medina Spirit, the 2021 Kentucky Derby winner that was later disqualified following post-race testing. Medina Spirit tested positive for betamethasone. The anti-inflammatory medication is allowed in Kentucky, but it must clear a horse's system at least 14 days before a race. Baffert, a 6-time winner of the Kentucky Derby, was banned from participating in the race earlier this month. He is also banned from competing in the Preakness this Saturday and the Belmont Stakes on June 11th. Baffert has denied knowingly cheating and is fighting his suspension in federal court. Last December, after a training session in California, Medina Spirit collapsed and died. From 2017 to 2021, the Arizona Racing Commission has sanctioned 423 horse racing licensees for a variety of reasons, from race-related riding to drugs used in horses. Of the 423 sanctions, 85 were for drug violations involving a horse. Right now, horse racing regulations and enforcement are a mixed bag across states, but the patchwork should change. A law signed by President Trump in 2020 will make one set of rules for drug testing and penalties. The Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Act that takes effect in July will regulate thoroughbreds which run in the Triple Crown races, the Kentucky Derby, Preakness, and Belmont Stakes. But it won't apply to standard breds, which run in harness races. Hancock has pushed for the new law for years. She might compare it to the stretch run of a race, the final seconds. The window is closing for the sport to make a move. She worries if it doesn't rid itself of drugs, horse racing could be finished.
And I think we can, bring our sport back to where it was during the days of Seabiscuit and Man o' War when it was the #1 spectator sport.
The Arizona Department of Gaming Division of Racing tells me it is aware of the recent uptick in horse fatalities and has been working with principal stakeholders in the horse racing industry to address equine safety issues on an ongoing basis. And this isn't the first time the division has acknowledged the number of racehorse fatalities. The state saw an 83% increase of equine fatalities between the 2015-2016 and 2016-2017 race meets, putting Arizona at more than double the national average. In response, the state launched the Fatality Breakthrough Project, which offered recommendations to make racing safer for both equine and human athletes. Shaley Sanders, KWLD, investigates.